In this video, we'll be discussing the circulatory system. Like all of our other body systems, we will discuss the organs that the system is made up of and the functions that it performs for the human body. The function of the circulatory system is, as its name states, circulation. When we say circulation, we mean the pumping of blood throughout the body. It is vital that blood is pumped to all areas of the human body in order for two things to occur. Firstly, blood allows required or needed substances, primarily oxygen and nutrients, to be carried to every single cell of your body because your cells need oxygen and nutrients in order to survive and function. Secondly, the pumping of blood or the circulation of blood allows waste, primarily carbon dioxide, to be carried away from our cells and eventually be allowed to leave the body. In the circulatory system, there are three main parts or three main organs. Now, it's impossible to say which is the most important because, of course, they're all necessary for the functions to occur. But when we think of the circulatory system, the largest and most prominent organ that you probably think of is, of course, the heart. This is the huge muscle that actually does the pumping action, which causes that blood to be pushed or pumped or circulated throughout the body. The second part of the circulatory system is the blood vessels. Your blood vessels are the veins and arteries, as we can see in our image, that are found all throughout the body. This is like the pathway or the highway that your blood travels through. Finally, we of course have the blood. The blood is the actual liquid that travels from the heart through the veins and actually carries those substances that we've discussed to all of the cells in our body. Now we know that one of the major parts of the circulatory system is the blood vessels. Now we must talk about the different types of blood vessels, and there are three. First, we have arteries. Arteries are the large, very thick-walled blood vessels which carry oxygenated or blood carrying oxygen away from the heart. Artery walls are lined with a layer of smooth muscle, which actually contracts, meaning it opens and closes, tightens and loosens, which allows the blood to be pushed through. One helpful way to remember the function of an artery is that A is for away. That helps you to remember that the arteries carry blood away from the heart. It also helps you remember that the blood carried by the arteries is oxygenated because we know that our heart is pushing blood that has oxygen for the cells away from it so it can be delivered to the cells. Next, we have veins. Veins are another type of large blood vessel that carry deoxygenated blood or blood that does not have oxygen back to the heart. So these are the pathways that blood travels after dropping its oxygen off at the cells and picking up the waste from the cells. Finally, we have capillaries. Capillaries are the very, very, very small, tiny blood vessels which are found between the other two blood vessels. Although they are small, they have a very important function. Capillaries are where gas exchange and material exchange takes place, meaning where materials such as oxygen, sugar, and carbon dioxide are passed from the bloodstream to the cells or vice versa, from the cells back to the bloodstream. One reason that capillaries are so tiny and thin is so that these materials can easily pass from the capillaries to the cells and from the cells back into the capillaries. So the flow of blood through the circulatory system is a circuit or a circle, meaning it is a constant closed path that continues over and over again. So in order to look at how blood flows through our circulatory system, we're going to start at the lungs. First, blood is oxygenated in the lungs, meaning it picks up oxygen. This oxygenated blood enters the heart from the lungs where it picked up that oxygen. Next, the arteries, remember A for away, carry that oxygenated blood throughout the body, meaning to every single cell of the body. At each cell, Capillaries perform gas exchange, or passing oxygen from the bloodstream to the cells and picking up waste or carbon dioxide from the cells to pass back to the bloodstream and get rid of. Finally, veins carry this deoxygenated blood, or blood without oxygen, back to the heart. This blood will then return to the lungs in order to remove the carbon dioxide that it contains and pick up more oxygen to begin the cycle again. So, as I hope you can see from our explanation of the circulatory system, the circulatory system and its functions are absolutely vital to the function of the body as a whole and to several other body systems. Without the aid of the circulatory system, neither the respiratory system nor the digestive system would be able to perform their functions. Firstly, without the circulatory system delivering oxygen and removing CO2, the respiratory system would not be able to provide the oxygen for our body and dispose of the CO2 from our body that it is built to do. Secondly, without, again, the delivery system that is our circulatory system, the sugar, the nutrients, and the materials for growth that our body collects from the digestive system would never be able to make it to the cells that require it in order to function and produce energy.